What goes up must come down. But for Donald Trump's second presidential inauguration, sooner than expected, crowd risers to hold throngs of people pouring into Washington won't be needed, with the official swearing-in ceremony moved to the confines of the Capitol building and the parade canceled, all due to cold weather.
It does make it somewhat easier, although it is still a heavy lift. But what it does eliminate is your need for all the outdoor assets that you would have, metal detectors for a massive crowd of 220,000 to 250,000 people that all would need to be manned by Secret Service personnel.
Even as 48 kilometers of temporary fencing and dozens of checkpoints are set up by 25,000 law enforcement officers, crowds of protesters hit the streets, descending on the Lincoln Memorial. The U.S. presidential inauguration is a grand spectacle, the most high-profile event in the transition of power. This year, it will be held inside for the first time in 40 years. With freezing cold weather on the way, thousands of people have turned out to voice their concerns over another 4 years of Donald Trump in the White House.
8 years ago, we had 1.3 million people. I think the numbers are fewer because they're afraid of what's coming with him as commander-in-chief.
The political divide has gotten violent. And for the first time in my life, these last 5 years have been more like that than I've ever seen. You know, you were a Democrat and I was a Republican, and we didn't agree on anything, but we could still work together. We could still be friends. We could still be family members. Now it's gotten to the point where this is a true divide between people that has led people to violence.
Trump is expected to address supporters at Capital One Arena following the official inauguration ceremony. The indoor venues will provide more security. As a candidate, Trump faced 2 assassination attempts in the lead-up to the November election.
I've said very frankly in the past, in my time in the Secret Service, those large outdoor events were the hardest thing I ever did, because it's a line of sight that goes on forever. You're worried about things like drones. You're worried about people you can't see who are hundreds and hundreds of yards away.
Not everyone is convinced weather is the real reason behind the change.
It's going to be frigid cold tomorrow and on Monday, and I think he's worried his supporters won't show up en masse, and that's why he's doing it.
A polarizing figure, Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president on Monday, presiding over an increasingly divided United States. Randolph Nogel, TRT World, Washington.